There we go. That was concerning. I could hear myself, and I knew the audio wasn't going out. Welcome. So, the plan today is just to do some Pandæmonium. We're gonna get the final 4 done because I still haven't done those. I don't like that I don't have them. So finish Pandæmonium, and sometime later this week, obviously we're going to continue as the days go on with the Dawn Trail quests, but it probably won't be as quickly as I would normally like because I'm also behind on the 24-man raids for Endwalker as well. So I need to get that done too. So we're behind on a couple things. Sadly enough. It is what it is. Sorry, I'm fixing some stuff here. That's what I'll do for now. I really need to get a better camera. Actually, I have an option. I just need to buy like one cord, and I could probably set it up. I'm thinking about doing something simple. I got this, and I got a cam link, so I could just hook this up. The only reason I wouldn't use this for anything else is because I don't really do photography. So I think it'd be better just to have this flipped around and acting as my camera for streams. Battery's not even in. Does it have a card? No. So yeah, this could be fixed up a little bit. I got a cam link for it, which I may have already just said, and I have some other cords. The problem is the person who gave me the cam link, the cord that should connect to it does not go in because it's not the exact same type of camera that he thought it was. So I need to get a different cord for this is the EOS Rebel SL2. And that needs a slightly different cord than the one that he gave me for me to even be able to use it properly. So, you know, rocking a hard place and all that jazz. By the way, I figured out my Twitter. I realized what my username actually was and was able to connect back to it. Problem, of course, being that for some stupid reason, I have another account. Okay, so it couldn't find my phone number, even though it's connected to the account. And I have another account that has my email attached to it, and that account is locked because it's asking me for a phone number to get in contact with it, but I don't have a phone number connected to that account, so I can't get my email attached to this account, so I have to go through my phone number. But my phone number won't be searched by Twitter, so I have to get my username correct, and my username is stupidly backwards. It's Faulkner_red. I don't know why I have that backwards. I just do. It has caused many a problem at this point. So annoying. I have no idea if my friend is available or not to help me with the final 4 and queue times, because that's the part that I am concerned about, if I'm being honest. He's at work. Curses. Okay. Okay. Well. Actually, very curious, right? Where do they lock away the, am I blind? Gane, Garabania, discard surrounding areas. Okay. Sure. Anyway, yeah, that makes sense. Where do they keep Charlotte? Charlane's gotta be on this list, right? Northern empty. I'm pretty sure it's the quest here. I don't remember. Or is it just already in Elpis? Ah, right in Labyrinthos. Yes, it's down there. Okay, hold on. Can I just, like, go down there? Yes. The Dome Zone. Is it on the other side? Eater of Souls, that's probably it. Let me just double. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. I always forget, like, the time I had to go and get it for the second round, bro, it took me forever to figure out where it was because I completely forgot about these guys. Rusano breathes a sigh of relief at your arrival. Ah, Akka. I had a feeling you would arrive soon. Urgent tidings always seem to carry you in their wake, after all. And Master Fortuno recently sent word regarding his investigation. It seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Claudian's whereabouts and the sudden appearance of Pandæmonium in the ethereal sea. It would do well to meet him at once. If you have no objections, I ask that you proceed to the Ishiscope. Ishiscope. Is it Ish? Probably Ish. I shall scope forthwith. I shall make the necessary arrangements and join you shortly. These words are hard. Okay. All the way down. It's a mammoth. Oh, I completely forgot this had happened. How far down can I see? It was pretty far. I don't think I can see where I fought her, right? No. I think she's way far down. It's so weird we have an elevator to this world's afterlife. Like, what? Why? Seems like a bit of overkill in science. I thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let us forego formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Claudian, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Azizla. A subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Aerochemical Research Facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, is nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so this trail was duly followed. However, the trail led nowhere, in the most literal sense. It was almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. Further investigation confirmed the expedition party's suspicions. Nigh on, an entire sector of Azizla has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported? To where? We believe that its destination was none other than the Ethereal Sea. Here were its elegant facilities reconstituted as the halls of the Pandæmonium, to great success, as you can see. So that means Professor Claudian is in there, and that monstrous fortress. That is our leading theory. We're certain enough, at least, to risk sending you into its depths in search of the missing man. Power of unchecked government funding. This is why Charlian has the retirement age at like 300. Yeah, bro. Yet before we do, there is another pressing matter. While Pandæmonium may appear firmly sealed, an unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. We observed its behavior with the Aisha scope. To our horror, witnessed it gorging upon the surrounding ether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped! The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis the wellspring from which all creatures are born. If its flow were disturbed, life itself might cease to be. Precisely. Its safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, Akka. Then we will be at liberty to investigate what wicked machinations are afoot. This memory crystal was recovered from Claudian's airship. Take it with you. It may yet provide some insight into the enigma of Pandæmonium. Without Themis, there will be no army of phantom warriors. I realize you are more than capable in combat, but are you certain you'll be alright? Themis is not the only one who can summon allies. He isn't? Why, of course, I should have known someone of your talents would master even the ancients' arcane arts. Apologies for my failure of imagination. Once we are freed of the looming specter of Pandæmonium, you must promise to share your knowledge. For the sake of thorough reports, of course. In the meantime, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with what information and support I can. I shall gather researchers from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Actually gonna go ahead and swap over to my monk stuff, because I feel like it. Now, I don't really know the current rotation, but I feel more comfortable with monk than viper right now on high level combat. I know that I've been playing viper on level like 91, or like from 80 to 91 now, but still, I don't think it's a good idea. All right, let's see what the time is on this. 5 is surprising. 5 minutes? That's actually very shocking. Interesting. I don't know what to think about that. I'm like doubting that that's the real time. Guess I'll wander around here because I actually really haven't done that. Now I'm curious. Oh, there's immediately a rope barring me. That's crazy. Be cool if they had the creature like jumping around as an animation on here. This whole suite can be difficult. Don't sweat if you mess up some. Yeah, no, I'm not super worried about messing up. I'm just worried about like being able to do anything at all. Like I know this rotation's changed, but at least I know it a bit more in terms of muscle memory than Viper. And Viper I don't even have right. So not only do I not have it pat down in muscle memory, the one I have is probably incorrect. Because I haven't like looked at the actual like suggested rotation. Speaking of which, how's the game audio versus my voice audio? And I'm on Streamlabs now, so hopefully I won't have any problems with audio now. I'm hoping. So let me pull up the balance real quick and see how much monk stuff has changed. So I'm not even at level 100, that's part of the problem. So I don't even have all this new crap. So I don't know exactly how it retroactively changed everything. Pretty good balance. Yeah, I'll check it myself. It's kind of hard to check it myself when I have the game audio in my ears right now. Hold up. Want the music ladder? Let's see. Okay. It's so difficult for me to tell, like, what... I have no idea what is, it's so hard to talk when I'm hearing myself on a delayed... I can't tell... Like, you would think I'd be able to hear the music twice and different points, but I can't. I literally can't tell. Like, for somehow Twitch's music is matching up with the current game's music. I'm not hearing like a layered. It's very confusing. I could hear him shut the door. Hold on, I'm gonna mute Final Fantasy for half a second. Okay, interesting. Yeah. For me? Final Fantasy is a little loud. I'm actually going to drop it quite a bit. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump it up on Streamlabs. I feel like it's actually too quiet on Twitch. So now... Okay, so I'm talking. We got the music going at the same time. We got a nice balance. Okay, yeah, I like that much more. Sounds better. It sounded so quiet to me from the Twitch stream that I just literally couldn't hear the... Alright, after all of that fixing of the audio, and it said it's 5 minutes, we're at 6 minutes. So it should just pop. Are you guys ready? You ready? This is how this is gonna go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pop! Dang it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What happens, happens, I guess. Kind of hoping it would be super quick, you know. Just kind of hoping it's going to interrupt my sentences here in a second, just suddenly blah, pop. But apparently not. This way I have the mic in front of my face, and my voice can be even clearer, but I can see the game now. I'm just gonna have to maintain good posture. I really need a taller monitor. I need to put these things on arms. That's what I need for Christmas or something. I got what I need to set up a good camera other than one cord, so I can get a better camera soon. And that, with that, my lighting should be good enough to, I can set up my lighting better. With a better camera. With a better camera, with better lighting, that section gets better. So we figure out this audio stuff bit by bit, that gets better. I've been working on figuring out how to do like stream graphics and overlays and stuff like that. Scene transitions. I can set up, I have a stream deck, so I can reset that up. So the quality of the stream should boost over the next couple of weeks as I fix all this up. Wow, my glasses must have been really dirty. I wiped those down and jeez. Oh. The colors. They're so clear. So, instead of like editing a whole stream, I saw it mentioned of the idea of like, stop picking at my forehead. It's a habit I have now developed. I saw a suggestion of going through this like a whole stream at 2x speed, marking stuff down, taking breaks. And after you've marked it all down, you know, like mark down the time, mark down the quote or the moment, like something to like reference. Then highlight and clip all of those pieces, throw them into a drive, into a folder, and then compile it for a video. And sometimes they said that, you know, you might end up taking like a 6-hour stream and cutting it down so much that you end up having to use 2 6-hour streams just to make like one good like 10-minute video. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a nightmare. I'd rather not. Come on, pop, please. Hey, anyone watching who is on the game should 100% totally 100% actually just like go and play healer and then go to the 9th circle of Anabesios. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate whoever did that. I love you. I love you. Love you to death. Great timing. Y'all were quick on the draw. That's the power of applying a healer to a search. Ooh, creepy. The design of this looks familiar. I don't think it's from Final Fantasy. It's making me think of something else. I'm going to not listen to the lyrics of this song ever. Because I really liked Scream, and then I listened to the lyrics and I went, oh. Okay, it's time for me to ultra pay attention. Sorry, but chat, you will be ignored. Oh crap. Oh wait, that's right, I forgot that's not. Okay. So that's still working the same.
Death brings me no peace. Such is my fate.
Triangles. Duly noted. Wait. So how do I dual spell? Ice and fire. I guess sides. Oh. Alright. I don't know what in the world they did to Monk. I take it back. I want to go play Viper. What is this? What's going on? I can't even see like my buff or debuff. Like I don't. Where is it? I can't activate this for 2 stacks of Raptor's Fury. Oh yeah, okay, that's different. Oh, that's this. Oh, these are my buffs now or something. Huh? Things haven't changed. Wait, so I don't have a DOT anymore? I got a card. Ow. Okay. Got hit by that. Oh, I need to back up. Oh, he's by himself, though. That's my bad. So... who's dead? All the answers. Celestial Revolution still in here? Is it better though? It's a real question. I've never been so confused. Are they still positionals? Yes. I don't know what this thing is doing. Coral's Fury. Oh boy. Oh, I see, because it's not burning. Jeez, bro. Your target. Excuse me, 3 of those. So 3 charges for my coral form. That gives me... okay. Obo's Fury is my boot shine buff. And I get 1 of those on the Ice and Fire. So I need to get over this way. Ah. Or I thought it would be one of those things where it's like, oh, you're marked as ice, and you get on ice. I see now. Okay. So it gives me a stack of that. This gives me 2 stacks of those, which increases the potency of True Strike. Then this gives me 3 stacks of that, which means I got a buff for Boot Shine, it's gone. A buff for True Strike on the side, it's gone. One of these, it's gone. Give me another Boot Shine buff. It's another one of these. It's another one of these, which means I need another one of these, which is then when it allows me to get a True Strike. And see, now I'm trying to figure out exactly when you would do, like, I saw that rear combination. I'm not stupid. I saw it say rear combination. I'm not going to your back. I think I'm dumb. This is still bad. A little bit. I only got to read a little bit of it, but it didn't look that much different. Phantom Rush. That's 1 down. 1 death. No resets. Let's go. Got her. Get her done. Get her done. There's no one left. Probably should store some stuff soon. Got 2 commendations. Impressive work, Akka. Their memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. Do not be alarmed. A proper introduction shall set your mind at ease. I am Athena, chief keyword of Pandæmonium, wife to Lahabrea and mother to Erichthonius. And it is I who made Pandæmonium anew in the underworld. In a manner of speaking, I am the source of all your recent troubles. I must say, I did not imagine I would meet you in this age. A slight miscalculation, but perhaps a fortunate one, for your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. I understand you have reason to be wary, but I assure you there is no need. I know not what Lahabrea has told you of me, but all that I have done out of sincere scientific curiosity. That appetite yet remains, even after my rebirth. Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind, and I ask that you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. You're reborn? In a sense, yes. 'Twas the only way I could see my research completed. The myriad souls floating in the ethereal sea provide all the raw material I require, and your Professor Claudian proved a most welcome surprise. Worry not, for I treat all my tools with care, especially those with which I will grasp godhood. You are as stubborn as Lahabrea, I see. Although I speak in earnest, you refuse to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you would be better served by a different teacher. Luckily, you already possess the tools I require to make one for you. Yes, that crystal teems with memories. Memories of two souls you know quite well, La Brea and Ericthonius. I shall stitch them into the fabric of two errant souls, that with their help you may come to see clearly. Wait, are you about to tell me that Ericthonius became the new La Brea before... You... How? Where are we? Surely these two have much to tell you of me, and I would have you listen. Perhaps then you shall better understand me, my desire for godhood. There is another, but their soul has proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I may very well manage to weave together something presentable. You have a place in my plans. I do hope that in time you come to realize that cooperation is the best path forward. I have little understanding of where we are, yet somehow I am unsurprised to find you here. At present I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this inequity. Is there somewhere we can speak without fear of interruption? Well, this got interesting. I'm assuming she's having trouble bringing the soul of Elidibus around when he's kind of trapped in the Crystal Tower. Some hints I can glean from the surroundings, but I would prefer if you simply cut through this knot of questions. I don't know how long it's been, Akka, but it's good as ever to see your face. Would that it were under more conventional circumstances. Just where are we? And what events have led to this unexpected reunion? Thank you so... Oh, that follow screen is... Oh, it's Giganiminosaurus. Congratulations, you've been adopted. Let's go! Thank you guys so much for all the follows. We've reached 50. Let's see, are you going to play or after sometime? I don't... Are you going to play... I don't play what after sometime? Jazzy John, I've been doing good, buddy. How are you? Thank you so much again for the follow. Ah, yes. I remember you telling us about this memory crystal. To think that it contained our memories. This is a lot to take in. Not least of all the fact that you hailed from the future. I searched for you after a time, but could find no trace. Now I know why. Sorry about that. You're pretty good? It's awesome, man. Of course they're terrified. Thank you. I'm glad to have him. Our age had its share of surprises. If my memories are to be believed, the supposedly world-ending final days came upon us, yet here we are, in a future where you, at least, exist. Do we overcome the despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? Stream's going pretty good. So maybe I should actually move that alert stuff like somewhere in the middle of the screen since it's pretty quick. Questions without simple answers, it seems. Let us take heart that life endured in some form. As but memories, we may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Regardless, now that it has come to pass, this future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let this conviction guide our every action. It is indeed, thank you. Agreed, but as memories given fleeting form, we are bereft of any physical or magical talents. We cannot aid Arca in battle. Nay, Athena meant us to speak, nothing more. But though we may be tools, we need not be slaves to her whims. We will tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. I must wonder how she knew of our history with Arca. Likely she possessed means by which to observe events within Pandæmonium, either while they were occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own, a shortcoming we must remedy at once. I am not on laptop, no. I'm on a desktop. We would do well to learn more of the Pandæmonium now dominating the landscape of souls. Arca's colleagues will doubtless prove to be of value in that respect. It's a very interesting line of questioning you're throwing at me right now, and I have an idea of where it's going, but I'm going to let you continue. Mr. Jazzy John. I gotta go talk to these guys. I gotta figure out how scared they are. How unexpected! I do hope we can consider them allies. One with an aura of overwhelming authority, and another that seems uncomfortable in his own skin. I believe I understand just well enough to be thoroughly intimidated. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? We may be unusual visitors, but time is of the essence. Bring them here. Oh, free Gil? Dude, that's crazy. Thank you so much. Free Gil. Okay, wait, where am I clicking? Where am I clicking? Where am I clicking? Muted for 2 hours. Chris. Don't go rampant with your abilities. Although you may be but a confluence of memory, it is an honor to meet the personages I have only read of in Arca's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit it no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean. I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. We're powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. It isn't my life I fear for. I only fear that I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. We stand before 2 of the ancients, who hold priceless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. But what purpose does fear serve if not to be confronted and conquered? To that end, we shall share with you our records, and perhaps together we can find the thread which will lead us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource, for that is the only weapon we can wield in these forms. Our memories are at your complete disposal. We can start with Athena, whose thirst for discovery would see our life consumed. Her desires haven't changed. Still, she seeks to transcend her mortal existence so that she might unravel the mysteries of life. She would become a god. Lowercase g. I siphoned your bank account info. Ah, man. How many hours do I play this game? Too many. A lot. Far, far too many. A nebulous concept. But Athena had her own ideas on what divinity entailed. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. Thus she chose the underworld, or the ethereal sea as it is known in this age, as the staging ground for her experiments. Here lies a practically bottomless well of ether. Jazzy John, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and give me your promotion, man. Go and slap it in the chat. Go and hit me with it. You look like USA to me? Yeah, dude. I sure am. I am the United States of America. I am America numero uno. Even if it means stemming the flow of life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. We caught a glimpse of Athena as we came into this world. Her smile, her voice, they were just as I remember. Even without even realizing it, I found myself feeling an affection for her. She is technically still your mom. Yeah, my guess was right. I mean, you can't name too many other places that have this accent. The only other place that has an accent like Americans have this accent are, I think it's just Canada. I can't think of anywhere else in the world that has this accent. It's not that hard. Don't look at me like I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join her side. I know the true Ericthonius would never want that. But these emotions remain in memory, if nowhere else. We shall remain here to compile what information we can. You must infiltrate Pandæmonium and seek out Athena. I would ask you leave the memory crystal with us. It may hold secrets which have yet to be unveiled. All that's left is to cross that menacing threshold. Shall we take a closer look? Sounds good to me, man. So we're doing catapult launch, teleportation. I have one question for you. Does the word Auracite mean aught to you? Auracite? Why, yes, there are a few records of its existence. It mainly makes appearances in the legends of Avalis, and in tales concerning the Asian in tales concerning an entity known as an Asian. This personage is associated with black Auracite known as the Heart of Sepik, a source of considerable power. I see. So time has not buried it. Community on Discord where we support streamers. There's 5,000 plus streamers in it. I am good. I have some friends who are streamers, and there's both big and small in their streaming careers. But I will remain in my little bubble. I like my little bubble. Comfortable in my little bubble. From the outside, Pandæmonium looks so different than it does in the past. However, there is no guarantee that the inside will be familiar. You would do well to secure the area near the entrance first. Once it has been cleared of threats, La Habrea and I can approach, and we shall begin our exploration of the interior. portal should convey you to Pandæmonium's gates. I hardly need to tell you to keep your weapon at the ready. Which games do I mainly play? Overwatch. It's been a while since I've done that. This game, Final Fantasy XIV. I don't think I really played too much other than that. I played Lethal Company before. So mainly this game. This is my #1 game I played. I knew you would come. I'm guessing this is a little bit older. Not that much older, apparently. I never lost faith that we would meet again. I told you as much, did I not? I understand you may be confused. I was too, at first. You see, I am not the true Themis. I was made by Athena, molded from one of the many souls at her disposal. I am only an illusion built from memory, no more real than La Habrea or Erchthonius. Even so, I believe I have a grasp on the situation. This is the distant future. A future where Athena lives once more, although the means of her rebirth are yet beyond me. You're here to stop her. I've been the right of it so far. Very good. I would be disappointed if you do not rise to her challenge. Although I am sorry to say that I cannot aid you. My creator has tampered with my essence, and I am oddly inclined to act in her interests. I can do naught but offer you words of warning. We will fight, and it cannot be avoided. There's no need for that pained expression. Remember, I am but an illusion, nothing worth shedding tears over. I feel like silence is the right approach here. Yeah, what do you got for me, buddy? What's your suggestion? I know not what is in your mind, but I must stress again that I cannot defy the urge to stand against you. Athena's hold over me is unyielding. Still, I would ask that you listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Athena has prepared a new vessel to replace Erchthonius, so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in the sea of ether, she tempers her own existence. Yet the souls are faint, diffuse. She doubts whether they are sufficient to her goals, so she has turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin ether, you managed to lay Hephaestus low, and Athena would know the secret of your strength. To that end, she has prepared an experiment for her observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creation, and in doing so, give her the knowledge she desires. Because most professional streamers actually don't use professional displays. I mean, sure, they have like some overlay things. Like, for example, you can go look at Valkyrie's streams, who streams on YouTube, and the most that she has is maybe a border around her camera. But she has no boxes, she doesn't have like, she doesn't normally have like a chat, like she normally puts herself full camera with no graphics whatsoever, and she just reads chat without you being able to see it, and she's one of the largest female streamers in the world. XQC has next to no actual stream like design. Also, I know I'm not reacting to this, but I kind of don't like it when people get all up in graphics, because people don't use them when they're the biggest streamers. It's just not a thing. People who use graphics will be stuck at like a few viewers for the rest of their lives. As you know, presentation does matter. Okay. Let's have this conversation. I'm actually interested in having this conversation. Let's do this. Give me 1 second. I love having this conversation because I think it's a stupid conversation. I don't care. I can tell that you're not a bot. So you are a scammer, but you're not a bot. Hold on. Okay. Gigantominosaurus. Okay. Let me just pull up the display capture real quick. Let me go. Let's go to Twitch. I love having this conversation. It's the best. XUC is the largest streamer in the world. What do you see? Does that camera look good quality to you? Does that camera look at this? He's got his chat up on a window, and it's just his camera. You telling me presentation matters? I hate hearing that. That's literally not true. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. Let's go to YouTube real quick. Takes me 2 seconds. Obviously, she has presentation for her like thing. She's got an intro screen, and then immediately after, where are the graphics? Where are the graphics? Where are the graphics? They don't exist. People don't use them. She has thousands of people watching her stream. 4 million subscribers. If you use graphics, you look gimmicky and like garbage. So don't use graphics. And you can take that back to your your 5,000 plus streamers group, so they can actually grow. I'm just saying, presentation means literally nothing. It's about personality. I'm just saying, bro. Presentation, it looks like garbage. You look like a magician on the side of the street in LA with like the craziest things. You know, I'm a little irritated, but I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, if you want to do better, you gotta work in your personality. You gotta be funnier. You gotta get good clips. You gotta have good content. Presentation does not matter unless the presentation's utter garbage. We'll stop. Alright, anyway, let's move on. Rant over. Alright. We can do little but hope for Arca's success. I didn't read the last line. Yeah. And if you are a bot, I mean, I've seen bots before. Maybe. Pandæmonium. Once a massive lifeless stone, now imbued with a soul. Athena has grown much since her death at La Habrea's hand. Although the souls she creates are imperfect, they act with absolute obedience. I know you shall cut your way through this monster, as you have so many others. Then you shall come before me. Do not hesitate to do what you must, for that is the only way to stop Athena. I'm good. Tenth circle available! I also went on that rant because I'm going to clip that later. Just to make a point. Just to make a point. Emotes, that is absolutely true. Emotes are fun to use for the chat. That is true. I'll agree with that. Channel emotes are kind of expensive to get, though. It's my only thing. Well, I guess it depends on your artist. But I mean everything involving buying graphics, emotes, VTuber models, like all of it's all a little expensive. Reese has a couple of emotes he had done, but he only has like a few. Hold on. Twitch emote artist. We could also do that. That's true. Oh yeah. That's also weird. A lot of emote artists actually won't even make you custom emotes because they don't watch you. Did that, but instead of your face, it's your mom. Why? So mean. Okay, so we got a poison stage. That's supposed to be the Omega Eye model. It's taking energy, guys. It's a Destiny 2 reference. The crossover, it's happened. That or it's Epic Mickey. Could be either one. Wait, why are there just like lights? wait a minute. We took the time to build some spotlights for like no reason? Why? Epic Mickey mentioned, let's go. What? Hold on, while we're waiting, as an aside. Wait, why did I delete that? Hold on. Guys. Guys. Transformers collab for Overwatch? It's reaction time, baby. Hold on. Okay, we got Bastion. We got. I honestly don't remember her name. Is that Reinhardt? Oh, Reinhardt's getting Optimus Prime! That's actually kind of sick. Oh, Ramatra's getting the Decepticons! This is incredible. This is incredible! He's Bumblebee! What? What? Ooh, the animation's sick. Bro, that was incredible. What? Optimus Prime Heart is real. I gotta look at some of these. Autobots will suffer as I have. That's good. I am Optimus Prime Heart, and I send this message to any surviving Autowatch members. Live with honor and die with glory. Dude, this is pretty. Yet again, Arted Team doing a better job than everyone else. Yeah, bro. For real. For real. For realsies. That's actually super epic. I'm not gonna front. That's pretty awesome. That's really cool. Epic Mickey almost mentioned. What? It might be time to get on Overwatch again if they're gonna give Reinhardt Optimus Prime. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Man, I gotta watch my mouth around here. You never know. You know what? I never actually played Epic Mickey. Should I stream it? Where can I? Is do you think I could just like play it? I have to emulate it. I mean, hook up a capture card. Hold on, let me go. Let me see what platforms. Oh wait, they're re-releasing it, aren't they? Aren't they giving the? There's the new one that's gonna come out. Yeah, I'll just do that. The rebrushed, whenever that comes out. It's not a sequel. I'm pretty sure it's just a remaster. That's why it's called rebrushed. Austin, do not tell me you did not know about Epic Mickey rebrushed. You're kidding me, right? Hold on. This part of the stream's gonna get muted for sure. I remember when this trailer came out, and I remember thinking, about you, Austin. I can't believe you didn't know about this. This is this has been out for a while too. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. 2024, this year, it's supposed to come out. This was 4 months ago on a Nintendo Direct. So pretty soon, probably. Yeah, bro. Kinda hype. Have I met this person? So yeah, get hype. Get hype for the release. What the? You will be playing that? Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure it's just a remaster of the game and not a sequel. I think. That's what I read anyway. Oh, the audio. I forgot to put the audio back up. But I'm honestly not 100% on that. It was the same? Okay. Yeah. Since I never played the original, I could play that one. Stream that. Ugh. Aha! The 10th circle opens. Come on, last deepest. Yes. Let's get in this. It's getting closer.
I am Pandæmonium. From countless failures have I wrought miracles. Into soulless vessels I breathe life.
He said it. Game's over. That there, you mind your dungeon. I ain't seen one of those before. Back on the farm in 65.
You will go no further. Like a spider, I spin my web. This prison offers no escape.
World. Hey, help. Hey, help. Hey, help. 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 Hey. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mustn't dis-
I have no idea what's going on in this one. Okay, towers. They either turn into ball things or lasers, which are circles. Duly noted.
Stay where you are.
Line stack. Tank stack. Man, got hit with so much.
A tangled morsel awaiting death.
Okay.
All paths lead back to me. I operate
Arted plumes. Get out. Okay. Easy enough.
Stay where you
Line
are.
stack.
A tangled morsel awaiting death. All paths lead back to me. These bars are unbreakable.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh, we had to walk across the web. I see.
I am Pandæmonium. These shells are mine.
Ouchies.
Shall be unending.
More ouchies. Crap.
Give you special cells.
Tanks.
Your soul scream. Wet like unto chains. These bars are unbreakable. Stay where you are. Wet like unto chains.
We made an arrow, guys.
All paths lead back to me.
I ran out of that. That sucks.
For Athena. For Mother.
Okay. So then, pop one of these, pop one of those, pop one of those, another one of these, another one of these, this, that.
Your soul scream. Wet like unto chains.
Hey, couple of rough spots. I pretty much figured everything out. Two more circles to go. That was a beautiful display, as always. I stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Aga, is that? Pandemonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. Another round. Another round with Mr. Elidibus. Thought it would happen. Apologies for not coming sooner. This place is enveloped by some fell energy, and we couldn't risk venturing through it before taking due precautions. Were my eyes mistaken? Was that Themis? Tell us what you know. You must consider our next course of action carefully. It's weird to be taller than the other characters. I'm so used to being short. I ought to have anticipated this. If she bore witness to past events within Pandæmonium, Athena would have found Elidibus impossible to overlook. Few possess such a talent for magics, to say naught of the emissary's discerning judgment. And so she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea, and used his memories to craft a puppet that would serve her whims. That shouldn't be possible. I was going to throw this out there. That shouldn't be possible. His soul isn't in the ethereal sea. It's in the Sycris Tower in Norvrant. So, it's still in there. It's not leaving, it's trapped. It's trapped in the tower. That's why we had to go to the tower to talk to him. It shouldn't be possible for her to find him in the ethereal sea unless the Sycris Tower is somehow connected to the ethereal sea through where it trapped his soul. But it kind of implied that that's not the case because Graha was like, you're never getting out of here. Like, you're stuck. So I don't really understand that. Like, I feel like he shouldn't be able to be found. That's kind of a plot hole there to me. Or a retcon, I guess, if you will. It's not glaringly awful. They could have been like... I mean, their theory could also be wrong. Maybe it's in the sea, but it can't leave the sea because it's in the tower. I suppose it's possible. I mean, it's not like we had access to this area when we went to go talk to him. Before we traveled back in time to Elpis. We had to go to Sycris Tower to talk to him. But I feel like it was heavily implied that he would not rejoin the ethereal sea. He would not be reincarnated. Unless it's like what you're saying, he just can't leave at all, like he can't be reincarnated. Because he's in the sea but stuck, like, chained to the tower. Yeah, I suppose that could be the explanation. The way they worded it makes that... I don't think that would be the case, but that's probably the best explanation to go on. Anyway. But is what Themis said true? She imbued Pandæmonium itself with a soul. To breathe life into that which should never live. Athena's research is fast approaching its culmination. The issue is the Ascians always came back, so it's like a kennel. Yeah, well, like, the tower is supposed to work like Auracite, right? And when the Ascians got trapped in Auracite, there was no... They weren't going to the ethereal sea. When they were able to go to the ethereal sea, they were able to reincarnate. So the idea of the Auracite was to trap their soul in a place that's not the ethereal sea. Which is the way I thought the tower worked. So That's why I'm a little confused, because you would think it's the same, so it could work a little differently, like you're saying. Um, but I thought it was supposed to work like the aura sight. I It's weird because it is made out of ether crystal, which, you know, ether connected to the ethereal sea. I don't know. Did we destroy those crystals? They never showed that, I don't think. Like, I don't know what happened to La Habrea's crystal, or the one dude who killed, Moon Brita. The one dude who killed Moon Brita. I'm trying to remember smashing a crystal. I don't. I remember I remember Thancred beating the crap out of the crystal and smashing it in against Hades, but he only did that to stick the shards into Hades' body, so there would be a more direct issue for him when they started pumping ether into it, and then the Aurosite grew to this massive thing that Emmett had to pull out of himself. I remember that in Shadowbringers. But I'm not going to front, like, A Realm Reborn is such a long and distant memory. I have no idea what we did in ARR with that. Because we didn't deal with the Ascians in Heaven's Word or Stormblood. Not directly, anyway. We shattered them after trapping some of them? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that. I'm sure we did. That would make sense. Because otherwise that means there's a crystal with La Habrea's soul out there. Still stuck. Technically, Igeorm? Igeorm. Okay. Okay, so we shattered Igeorm. Did La Habrea just die? I don't remember... Because we fought them up after... Oh, Thordan! Yeah, Thordan's the one who killed him. I always forget that. I forgot how Thordan was able to kill him, because the blade was, like, made out of light or sight or both or something. It trapped him in the eye. Oh, dang. Okay. And it was it Nidhogg's eye? Wait, so that means that if La Habrea got trapped in the eye of the sword, Thordan appeared, revealing he knew the Ascians' agenda and ended their alliance when he became the primal King Thordan, destroyed La Habrea's physical form before absorbing the Ascians' ether-based essence. That means that La Habrea was in one of Nidhogg's eyes, which means, because we fought Nidhogg after Thordan. We beat Thordan, then we dealt with Nidhogg, if I remember correctly. And which means that Nidhogg had La Habrea in him, if his essence is in there. And then that also means that the Griffin had La Habrea in him when he transformed into Shinryu. Yeah, I do think the dragon's outclassed, which probably means, like, La Habrea wasn't able to take over. But that means he's part of it. That would mean that explains why. Yeah. That's crazy though. Like that 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 just means that, like, some of him was in the first Shinryu. Because I don't think that Xenos used the eyes to become Shinryu. He used something else. I can't remember what it was, but huh. Okay. Okay. Fortunately, with the information shared with us by your friends, we've made some strides toward figuring out how to stop her. A crystal called the Heart of Sabik may be the key. The researchers related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present, the Sunring of the Star, the emergence of the Asians, and the calamities that they brought to bear upon the realm. Tales that under other circumstances we would have considered childish fantasy, if not for a name that rang true to La Habrea's memories. The Heart of Sabik, to you, the secret of the Ultima weapon's might, not least the spell known as Ultima, and a source of enduring mystery. We were told that a general from the Garlean Empire was gifted with this Auracite by an Asian, that the Ultima weapon might be perfected. The identity of the shadowy benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. It's you! You seem to be a veritable trove of uncommon knowledge. If there is aught you are withholding. We told him and it went well. Very well. At present, the Heart of Sabik itself is a greater moment. It is a creation of Athena's, made during her time with the words of La Habrea. This predates even Pandæmonium's construction. She brought before us a crystal she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power. She dubbed it Auracite, studying it with a fervor unusual even for her. The eventual fruit of her efforts was a Stygian crystal unlike aught we had ever seen, the Heart of Sabik. Did Athena encounter Ultima, the High Seraph, perchance? An unexpectedly specific question. I gather that the Heart of Sabik is not the only Auracite in this era. Regardless, I know naught of this High Seraph. Athena was never forthcoming as to how she found the crystal, though we came to suspect that it was not of our star. Much later, we discovered that Auracite magnifies the desires of those who come into contact with it. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Alas, this realization came too late. By the time I moved to seal the Auracite and its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. So what became of the Heart of Sabik? I took it from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. The density of the ether within was unlike anything I had observed. I knew its capacity for destruction, but further analysis proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. It is possible that Athena herself obscured the crystal's contents. Even were her memory stored within, I would have remained in ignorance. If she included some mechanism by which to give these memories form, as she did with our own, she would be reborn. Ironic that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Fate is loath to see mistakes go unpunished. Didn't we use Elidibus' remaining soul in the tower to travel back in time? I don't know if we did. Saying goodbye like it was Jover. Warrior goes to the first to consult the lingering essence of Elidibus about the final days. He names Elpis, a place where new life concepts were safely tested. He recalls seeing the warrior at Elpis before the Sundering, and thus consumes the last of his soul energy to send the warrior back in time to seek Hermes, Pandæmonium's identity, before he took the seat. Yep. His soul energy shouldn't be available at all. So even if Austin's theory is correct, it's still a retcon, because he shouldn't be allowed. Unless, of course... No, that doesn't make sense. Because they said that she found his soul in the ethereal sea. Is what... At least... Okay, that's Lahabrea and Erichthonius' theory, but usually when it comes to, like, the writing of this game, when a character has a theory and they never explore it further or correct them, that's just correct. Because that's the writers basically saying, we don't have a real explanation, so we're just gonna throw this in there. Maybe this is just a time travel issue? Dude, probably. Because I don't think we were in Elpis. I think it is a time travel issue. Because think of it this way. Elpis is in the source. The first didn't exist. So when we time traveled initially, we time traveled from the first back to a point in time where the source existed as a whole. So the first technically didn't exist in this point in time. So we went back in time and then to another universe at the same time. So if we take that logic in hand, it would imply that we've created a branched timeline almost that reconnects itself like a bootstrap paradox. Because when we went to go see Elidibus, he was explaining Elpis, and he's like, wait, I remember seeing you there, but that shouldn't be possible. Like, he basically says it's an impossibility. So I do think it's a time travel conundrum, because it's already a bootstrap paradox. Because we go back in time to stop the final days, but the final days happen anyway, and then Hydaelyn tries to change everything, but it doesn't matter because it still leads to the same end result, to where we are now. Yeah. I mean, the best thing we can say is that it's time shenaniganery. Also, the other thing that I don't really understand about the Ethereal Sea is that the Ethereal Sea pulls souls into it and then reconstitutes them out into new life, right? And, like, revitalizes them. But here's the question, right? When she sundered the source into... Or when she sundered Aetheris into the source and the 13 other pieces of itself, the 13 shards, she also, of course, split everyone's soul, right? So there's any creature or any living being got sundered. So the ones that did exist got sundered, but she also sundered the Ethereal Sea. How do we know that she sundered the Ethereal Sea? Well, the question remains is that if she hadn't, more people would have been born with that amount of ether. Yes, the 13th sea was individually broken. So if it has its own sea, Elidibus consumed his last soul energy in the first, which means he would have gone to the first's sea. Unless his soul is tied to the sources and went back to the source's sea. Yeah, it's a little confusing. And the last bit that I can pull out for explanation is that when we resurrected Hythlodaeus and Emmett in Ultima Thule, we resurrected them, and they said they had been watching the entire time. So their souls were still constituted to a certain point of, like, density for them to have consciousness, and that just might be a factor of having as much ethereal power as the ancients do. So maybe Elidibus, when he said he consumed the last of his soul energy, it wasn't his ethereal energy. It's his soul. Maybe the like blank slate is still out there in the sea, but his personality that like Hythlodaeus and Emmett maintained is gone. And so she had to pull from the crystal that I have of his memories. I have several crystals. I have to have Elidibus's memory crystal somewhere on me. She probably pulled from that and then found the like skeleton frame of Elidibus's soul that didn't have his personality anymore. Like it consumed the last of the energy of that being. Because the ethereal sea has to wash clean and like remake a being. So like they're not ever the same person when they get reincarnated, like the avatars. They're connected, but they're not the same thing. The soul is anew. That's the only thing I could think of. Because like technically, in due time, one of these days, because Emmett and Hythlodaeus went back in there, we're gonna like we would meet them born again as new life. It's sounding very Christian the more I'm talking. But also not. But yeah, it's a bit odd. It's interesting. I have told you all I know of Athena and the many secrets she kept hidden from the world. If she indeed stored her memories within the heart of Sabik, we must ask ourselves how they were awakened in this age. When was the crystal last sighted? During my fight with the ultimate weapon like a while ago. Which was probably about... If we're going off of the amount of story time that's happened... Because Shadowbringers had like a different timeline. I mean, it was... So... That took us probably a month or two. Timeline-wise. Maybe a month. It's gonna be, I think Shadowbringers in total was about a month's time. Endwalker was probably like a couple of weeks because we had to like speed run the saving of the world. Stormblood was definitely at least a month or longer of nonsense. Maybe 2. Honestly, everything's happened so fast. I swear the game has only taken place over the span of like maybe a year. This is still technically within the same year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have done so much in a year. I wonder if they're ever going to pull a time skip with one of the new areas. I think about this often. It would make sense for them to do a time skip. Yeah, they need to. Just to make it feel like a breath. Yeah, I really want the twins to be adults. I think it would be really cool to see them like fully grown Elizons. Maybe they're a bit concerned because they kind of have to... Well, they wouldn't have to change the voice actors. But Alphino in particular would probably need a deeper voice. He might need to be changed. Alice is probably fine. If the voice actor can do a deeper voice for Alphino, he can keep rolling. How is this all within the same year? This is nuts. In which you triumphed, but failed to recover the heart. Yet according to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day, an Ascian. And this selfsame Ascian was later struck down at a location known as the Etherochemical Research Facility. I've heard that name, and recently, aside to Professor Claudian's disappearance. Indeed. It was tracing the etherical signature resembling that of the memory crystal in his possession. A signature that may well have belonged to the heart of Sabik. In which case, it is no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. I wouldn't want them to change that. Well, I mean... I don't know how old Alphino is exactly, but he's, like, on human age. He's about, like, 16, and his voice is kind of deep. But it's... If they're going to make him an adult, I just want you to imagine an adult Alphino with the same voice. I just don't think it works. I think you would need to deepen it at least a little bit, especially compared to like Urianger and Estinian. I mean, Estinian's kind of got the deepest voice in the game that I can think of, next to Elidibus, who Elidibus has a ridiculously deep voice for what is essentially an Asian child or teenager. Like, I don't know. I just think it'd be weird to maintain the voice they currently have. Well, what reason would he have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Yet more questions without answers. Although Athena's essence is that of memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of a physical body. As the world is now, it should not be possible, but she must have found a suitable vessel. If Elidibus is to be believed, she readies this vessel for godhood and is perilously close to success. Men can just be small. Yeah, but it's also the, like, his hair and his face. He just looks young. He just, like, compared to, like, the other ancients, he looks young. Like, very young. It's not just the height. It beggars belief. As you well know, you were the linchpin of her ambition. Yours is the only form that can contain the immense power Athena required, and it has long since turned to dust. As pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we're to unravel this mystery. You know who awaits you, Arca. Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. We know not how vast the space beyond these gates may be, but somewhere within lurks Athena, with Elidibus leashed at her side. This may be simplistic theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he will be eager to see reason. We need only break the magics that bind him to regain our old ally. When I had fallen under Hephaestus' influence, you didn't stop trying until I was freed. I would ask that you do the same for Themis. Though none of us are real in the conventional sense, I feel it must be done. Themis would never have wished to be your enemy. That is ironic for you to say. While Erechthonius' perspective is a sentimental one, Elidibus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him unimpeded by magics would be ideal. Agdistis broke free of her bonds in her final moments, suggesting that Athena's hold weakens under the weight of combat. You might use the same principle to unshackle Elidibus' mind. Fair enough. But remember that our very nature is fragile. Even if he inhabits a vessel with which to meet you in battle, I am certain it is not meant to endure. If left weakened for too long, his ether may dissipate back into the ethereal sea. You would best act quickly. Eyeball. The 11th journal. So I think they mentioned Elidibus being young a couple of times, actually. And that's one of the reasons they chose him to be Zodiarch, because he had like a more pure heart, not just his like discerning nature. Of course, using dark energy, well, and the amount of power and the situation corrupted him. So, you know. Classic icon stuff. Gotta be careful out there, messing with that type of jazz. I am so hungry right now, it's insane. And I blame my roommate. It's cooked food and I can smell it. Now I'm looking at DoorDash. $6 minutes. look at the monk rotation real quick. Just... No, that's not the draw. Yes. And then Brotherhood or Little Fire, looks reversed with Wind. Dragon King fires and fire winds with fire. Perfect balance, Dragon King is reversed. The double lunar opener and the solar lunar opener. Those are tentative openers, not confirmed. Let me in. You want to join? This will be a good test, actually. If you want to hop into Discord, I might be able to. Let's see. Discord should still work here properly. Been meaning to test. Hey Chris, are you still here? I'm gonna need you to give me the lowdown on how loud Austin is. Austin, go ahead and start talking, just nonsense. Whatever you want to say. Well.
So let me just break it down for you real quick. I'm sitting here drinking my Sprite. I'm gonna be sipping you know, I really like to think of myself as a strong juggler. I think I do really well in clown college. This is my entire application.
You're going a bit longer. You were definitely really quiet, so it bumped you up a lot.
So to continue my second resume, I've worked birthdays, I work funerals.
Turn them down? Okay.
You know, I also work at
Louder than
Applebee's. They got the Dollaritas. Shout out at Applebee Dollarita.
He's shouting out the Applebee Dollaritas.
You know, they just start. It's $1.
It also might sound louder just because I'm not facing my microphone, Chris. But
This
I
is
think
true.
That'll be a healthy volume right there.
We'll see what happens when I start screaming because the night terrors take over.
I might actually need to do something about putting like a limiter on Discord now that I think about it. When I need to bring that up. We shall see. All right. How have you been?
Good.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I was gonna do the level 91 quest today, and then I was like, I think I'll go ahead and pick up and finish Pandæmonium, because I feel weird that's left unchecked. I still haven't done the 24 mans either.
20. 4-mans. That is,
The like, I know it's like the 12.
oh, it's 12. That's right. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, because that's
Those are
what
good
they
ones.
advertise.
That's
But yeah,
right.
I've not seen it. I have only seen the one lady with the green.
Yeah, that's what most people see. Oh, hey, we're ready.
Yes,
Look at that.
really boosted that time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hope I remember how to do this.
Hey, I'm
It'll
doing
be a
this
learning
fresh.
experience for the both of us.
Yeah, bro. Oh. We're gonna see the convocation room because I saw the chairs. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the convocation room. Man, no wonder I didn't want to hang out in here. This is very gaudy.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation.
His voice is so
I have
stupidly
long considered
deep.
how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Enridius.
Oh, it's not so different from his first hero design. This stupid crystal. I kind of hate that crystal now, I'm not gonna lie. It's dumb. I liked it when I was just fighting things one-on-one canon-wise, and I don't know how I was winning. I preferred it. I hope we lose it. I hope we lose it after Dawn Trail, or during Dawn Trail. Love that.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Okay, so I can't actually do positionals here. Thank goodness.
Guess I should probably heal.
Probably.
Will light embrace or
Woo!
darkness consume?
Right.
All sides!
Right.
Oh, pain. Okay. It's going down the middle again.
This is light though.
Oh! I barely dodged that, oh my goodness.
Dark.
Okay, so the dark. Okay, gotcha, I can see it. I can see the tail. Good shot.
These DOTs be banging, yo.
Judgment.
What's up?
DOTs be banging.
Indeed.
Balance must needs be maintained.
Balance needs to be maintained.
I don't know. Oh, we need 4 on each then. Why am I dead? What did I do?
Will you be judged worthy to exist?
I misunderstood what was happening there entirely. Oh, you're dead too. I assumed it was opposite colors. I could not figure out where it was telling me what color I was.
Pretty sure I was opposite colors.
Oh boy.
That's gonna hurt.
Invincibility? Thank goodness. I can't remember how long that lasts ever. Okay.
Yeah, I swear I was on the other color. I have
What?
Light's Discord, so I want to be on Dark.
There we go.
Embrace or darkness consume.
I don't know which one's first.
Little pushback.
Will you be judged worthy to
So I need to
exist?
stop accidentally stepping outside of this.
Oh, that was my problem. I stepped out of it. That's why I died. I was like, oh, I touched it. I'm good. Nope. Not quite.
Glad to help.
Thanks.
Huh, oh.
I want to be in that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
How about a little stacky stack?
We got our stack. Oh.
Oh, sticks. Here we go. Just buff
Hit him with a
myself.
feint. Automatically use a second wind. I'm gonna live. I believe. I would not have lived if I hadn't used a second wind.
Lord.
I got the triple stack. Triple stack, baby.
I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
Well, we don't know if we're never gonna die.
Ah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Might die a little. I need to get some ether back. Oh, okay. It's gonna be light, so it's gonna be a huge AoE getaway.
These magics are not for you to Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Let's go. My stacks are. I'm one of the only ones not stacked. Let's go. Feels good. Survive, brother. Okay. Oh.
Now to take your measure.
Light. Big AoE.
Man, I don't have my. Now I'm missing the ranged attacks on Viper.
Stack on me, please.
Think about it.
Get away.
Oh, I'm getting hit by this. Oh, no, I didn't. Just barely. Oh shoot! I didn't. I shouldn't have used that one. Crap! I'm a fool.
Warriors forged in
I
my
actually did Celestial Revolution. An absolute goober. Oh, goody. We got.
Light in the dark. So, yep. Get away from the big. Run into the middle. Hell yeah.
Oh, and now there's a. Oh. I.
Where would everyone get a little healing? Sticks.
Okay.
How about you just get out healed, idiot?
Chris, I don't know what you said to Wii 2, but I'm sure it was a lot of things.
I think it was probably the time you... the stack almost killed us.
Oh yeah. The closest of all calls.
How about you die?
Oh.
How about you die? How about you die?
Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Why do I feel like this set of clothing hasn't been updated by the new graphics yet? Every time I look at my chest piece, it's just a little... It's a little blurry. Don't need all this jazz.
Yippee!
Yippee! Definitely. The fog has lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnify the desires of their victim at the expense of aught else, but I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. He's lying. Since the moment we met, I have made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. What is this? Is he actually free, though? Free? Then I am no longer needed. Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. We need you, Themis. Don't go. Not yet. This warmth, your ether. I was gonna say it's so delicious. Oh, I was gonna say it was delicious because I thought it was Athena messing with me. I'm still not convinced. You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I am here on borrowed time. Ruining the scene. 1 second. Intermission, everybody. I only hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Erichthonius and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. As I surmised, Elidibus was constructed with the strength to see your battle done, yet I fear his ether may not sustain him through another. The four of us are together once again. Although I may not have directly experienced our adventures, my memories make our bonds as real as any other. Alright, I'll see you later, Awesome. Thank you for the help. Themis, it's good to see you. I knew Arco would guide you to our side once again. I am grateful he had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answer for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course. As I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. It is someone Akka knows well. A man by the name of Claudian. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be ideal for Athena's purpose. How? He's a normal guy. Thought. The creation of a person requires not just body, soul, and memory, but rather all three. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon drifting souls and given form through the infusion of ether. We lack a physical body, and you can see and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claudian's soul while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. But even she is prone to error. After the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul. And this difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she has turned her sights towards Akka. His uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. By scrutinizing his feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Akka's prowess and use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Can we simply just remove Athena's memories from Claudian's body? An arduous task, but not impossible. Athena can inscribe herself upon another soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claudian's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudian. What makes him more suited than anyone else? Although I have never spoken to Claudian, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Erichthonius. I knew it! I thought Claudian looked like Erichthonius. I figured he was the sundered version. That makes perfect sense to me. What? Why would she... It is as I thought. It makes so much sense. I mean, it has to be. It has to be a carbon copy. Or, you know, a split carbon copy. Our course of action is clear. We must lay Athena low and rescue Claudian. A difficult task, to be sure, but one which the present company is more than capable of achieving. Why would Athena use my name? More questions and few answers to go around. Themis, you may have just landed us the key to rescuing Claudian. What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She may be made vulnerable as Elidibus was. Yet our opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Akka, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate, and the fate of many more besides, squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections. It's a burden I'm used to carrying. I imagine so. Never have we relied upon your skill at arms. And we all appreciate Okka's willingness to fling himself at the unknown. However, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudian. I have a plan. Do not trouble yourself over the details. The same goes for you, Akka. You must focus the entirety of your attention on Athena. She will not easily be bested, even by one of your prowess. Then let us trust in La Habrea, and prepare for the battle to come. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had never discovered the aura sight, had never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have become a mother to me? I have asked myself the same questions, with no answer, I fear. But let us put them out of our mind. There is something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Habrea, but as a father to his son. Twelfth circle now available. Well, now we place our trust in you. The rest must wait until we have Athena before us. Athena maintains absolute control over this space. Beyond the gate, she has doubtless built herself an abode worthy of a god, and now awaits the arrival of her supplicants. Right now, Athena must be the sole focus of your attention. She shall not hesitate to exploit any weakness she can sense. La Brea's voice makes me pull up a lot of spit in my mouth. I can't, maintain it. It's gross. Oh. I mean, obviously Claudian is Ericthonius' sundered form. I surmise that much by his, he's got the same skin tone, facial structure, his hair color and hairstyle is different, but that's pretty much it. Everything else about him felt the same, including certain aspects of his personality. So it's not very surprising to me that she found a shard of him, but since the source has been, put back into itself many a times, you could probably conclude that this Claudian has near half the density of the original Ericthonius. But even I, who has half the density. No, I have more than that. I'm trying to remember how many times that I've been recombined. They failed the 13th. Then they rejoined 6 planets. So the source plus the 6 planets, which equals 7. And then I combined with Ardbert on the 1st. So that's 8. So I have more than half, and he would be half, considering there were 6 rejoinings. So he has, of course, the higher density, or he has a higher density than just any old schmuck. But the problem, of course, being that still not having the same density as I do, he technically has more of an apt for Dynamis. So if she's able to figure Dynamis out, then yeah, she should be able to. And that actually is a really big problem. If she's a vessel that has the ability to utilize Dynamis at will, that's an issue. But that's the best explanation I can think of. That's my current theory while we await this final battle. Well, considering how early I would be ending, I might go for a bit longer and actually do some level 91 quests. Maybe. Not against it. I had so much Mexican food recently. I'm not gonna lie, I had a ridiculous amount of Mexican food on Sunday. I also had a lot on Friday. So I'm a bit burnt out on that. I have some food here, maybe I should just eat that. It's not very good, but it's food. Save some money. I think that's the goal. We'll save some money. Some munners. That's crazy. Oh, nice. Final one. Let's get started. Let's get this thing started.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me. Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Ah. Of course. There's probably some indicator that I missed there.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Oh, I see. Oh. Oh, I see.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Left. Right. What? I shouldn't have been in the path of that. Huh. Guess I not make it in time. Just an AoE. Oh, good. Okay, sure. Oh. Yeah, Viper would actually do incredible here. At this specific part, Viper would absolutely maim this section. Wow.
Seven hells to the pinnacle of the heavens. The world shall tremble. Such a singularly resolute soul. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. Shine brilliant for me! You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
How?
Today, my theory shall be proven as fact.
Sheesh. I don't know how I kept up with all of that. Snapshot's way earlier when it looks. Also, I don't think it's the last infected before opportunities years. Gotcha. But she's beaten. We did it. Woo! Yeah, voice crack. Woo! I can't do a scream. I can do a woo. One slot remaining in my inventory. Let's go. GG. Oh. Disconnected. Wind up Athena, let's go! Did I just get that automatically, or did everyone leave and I just happened to get it? That's pretty great. This feels voiced, but I think I'm wrong. What's wrong? Countless years I waited within that stifling crystal. And now, when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? At the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? It matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. Even so, I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. How unlike you, Ericthonius. You never were so inquisitive before. Having struck upon a hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. My theory was that any true god would see us as we are, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove this could not but benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy the lives already upon it? In that, I am no different from our peers. Over the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creations cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the selfsame course. If the destination is the same, is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The aura sight made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from the whole, or created them from whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? You were but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Ericthonius, always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool. And like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs, that you might accept my essence when the time came. Bye-bye. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands, and ensured that you would feel a cloying affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. My very feelings were of your design. You created a boy, unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. But here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. I still feel the sting of it, but with pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are witless, if this star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, Lohabrea told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another, one whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memories seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know. But if I can rouse his soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now I've found it. The decision is yours to make, and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Ericthonius, do not dare! No. Stop this! Your words hold sway over me no longer. My life is my own, and I have found my true family. My powers! Wanes, the vessel rejects me! Thank goodness that spirit bomb didn't go off. Get it? Get it? What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent with no body to fuel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding the space around Pandæmonium together, and now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, we cannot let this be Arca's final resting place. Of all my miscalculations, to think that you would be my undoing, that you would even be capable of defying me. Ah, is there more you would say to me? Or have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudian back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dregs of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you wrought collapses, burying you under its weight. How disappointing. Truly useless to the last. And who made me that way? Questions, questions, and more questions. Why did Claudian set out by himself? What did he see? Oh, I do hope he wakes up soon. At least on the surface, Professor Claudian appears unharmed. We must wait for him to regain consciousness to judge anything beyond that, I fear. Although Ericthonius was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. But he acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. We shall stay here, both to look over Professor Claudian and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. You should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. It seems we can do naught but wait. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. While your colleague Nimgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Brea. Although she knew the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I am aware that this La Brea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly. Are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? I believe you are him. I see. If you say it is so, then there is no reason to disbelieve it. These Asians, or Paragons as I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the Sundered Worlds. I have heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Although the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the sacrifice, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. Oh yeah, the same color eyes too. He does have the same or similar hair. Ah, it appears Claudian has awakened. Aka, I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won. And you were there too. La Brea, Erechthonius' memories of you dwell within me still. Through unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge a son equal to yourself, but the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service to your duty. At least I will hear no more. Though you may possess Erechthonius' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Ascian, but you are not him. You are La Habrea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that you deserve the utmost praise, and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you, but you may find that Pandæmonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time, too, draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes. While Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Fascinating. I did not expect there to be more wrap-up to this, but I honestly forgot that Hephaestus got released by something, but I just assumed it was Athena. But then, of course, Hephaestus' actions is what released Athena and all the other monsters and did all the other damage. So, of course, we have to consider that the person responsible is one of the three we had been working with this entire time. But as to why they would do such a thing, not 100% certain. Now, if it's someone outside of this, then my only guess is that it is tied to the 24-man raids. And whoever did this damage, we will meet them there. Suddenly people working here where there were not before. Hegemone. Wait. Oh yeah, you were the one that got restored, right? Ah, you must be Akka. I'm Hegemone, keyword of Abyssos. Abyssos. But I suspect you may already know that. We did meet once before, after all, although I was not entirely myself at the time. Thanks to you, however, I can rightly say my faculties are mine once more. At present, I'm taking stock of the damage done to the facility. Thank you for checking up on us. Did you speak with Hegemone and the other warders on your way here? The work is long. We have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. Arca, I didn't expect to see you again so soon. It is always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. Arca, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. Seems I was wrong. I'm looking for answers. Who released Hephaestus? How neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will, then. He has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. We braved Pandæmonium together. Why not at least share with him our progress? I have relinquished control of Pandæmonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemitheoi. Thus were we able to restore Hegemone's mind and body. Yet there is still much work to be done. Damage to repair, keywords to replace. The tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandæmonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed. Before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns Pandæmonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. Shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share your burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Interesting request. Stay here. This will be over soon. Was it Hegemone? Why did you call me here, Master La Habrea? There's still so much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You have served within Pandæmonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword, now that Aegisthus is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. This is about as mad. Separating Hephaestus from myself required removing part of my soul. A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. I could never hope to wield the same magics that Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. The tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master La Habrea. Not given to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Hemitheos, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such dominion exploited such strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperos and Aegdistus, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandæmonium into chaos. With their attention divided, Keyword and Warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago, when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemone, none would question your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandæmonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for Pandæmonium, but Athena's. Master Lahabrea, whatever has spurred this sudden accusation, I assure you there is a proper explanation. What are you doing, Lahabrea? Do not approach. As I have already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. And so I have come to a decision. One which was made with the best interests of our star in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace these odious memories. Mark well this sight, engrave it upon your every soul. You now bear witness to the true Lahabrea. Oh my goodness. I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will toward me, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow Pandæmonium to divert my focus. Hegemone, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is none other more suited to overseeing this prison, none other who will take such pride in their duty. I straight up thought he killed her. I was convinced. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. How would you allow me to keep the position of Keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaestus's. The past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. Lahabrea is himself once more. He wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice of his judgment as once his judgment has sounded. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as his duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. Good. If this is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk with him. I'll allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. I would not be smiling at this. This is too much absoluteness. I would not ask you to say the same, Maka. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable, and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. Master Halahabrea saw through me long ago. Now my mind is unclouded by doubt, and I shall not fail him again. Hephaestus and Lahabrea were one and the same when he was named as one of the convocation. This change poses no need for concern, for all is as it should be. From this day forward, I will do what I can to aid my father, and this way I shall forge my own future. If not for you, my long slumbering demons may have gone unslain. I would have never been forced to reconsider my true nature. Yet as I said, I do not consider this an admission of debt. Now I believe you have other places to be. Remain here any longer, and I may be inclined to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. I don't even know what that means, bro. I gotta go look up a word. What do you got? Who is the, translator having an obstinately uncooperative attitude toward authority or discipline? Okay, bro. You just threatened to put me next to a guy who's a little bit rowdy. Ugh. He's such a goober. Ay. Thought it would be. Oh, still have to go down though. Elevator. Well, technically I don't have. I could just go straight down, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Now, I'm kind of glad that the society that happened after the fact does not operate on these absolutes as much as the ancients seem to. Because it really seems to me like the more I've gotten to know the ancients, the more I realize that, like, Vanal was the only one with any sort of real freedom in her way of thinking. She's the only one that wasn't completely bound and trapped by, like, what I would say is absolute insanity. Because they're always just, like, doing just absolute crazy nonsense. Even, I mean, to be fair, even Vana did absolute crazy things when she decided to become Heidelin and Sunder the Star. Like, she did some pretty insane stuff for the sake of her convictions. And it's not like I haven't done the same, but I feel like as a people not being perfect as the version of perfection they think of, anyways, of themselves, we at least, like, have this flexibility that I really appreciate. Ah, you are returned. I should like to hear what you have discovered, though I believe your friend has business with us first. There you are, Arca. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my consciousness. Namely, those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Ozzy's law. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from a prison, ever grasping for someone to take Ericthonius' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memory stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Ericthonius' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Ericthonius exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into Ozzy's law was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. Doing his voice is making me lightheaded. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I'm still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth. Although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. That the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated, well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Your resonance means more than you know. A reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Ericthonius would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Ericthonius' memories and such magical items as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. But despair has not yet won out. La Habrea and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus, Themis, has already offered to give his life for our salvation. Yet there is another problem which must be dealt with: Pandæmonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If Pandæmonium's cells were breached and their prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Habrea otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the Convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I have resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of Pandæmonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning to the future even if I cannot. I have imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born new, this message will reach me. Pandæmonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, perhaps another man like my dear friend will come along, one with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. I wonder where he is now. How many souls has he saved, and how many beasts has he slain since we last met? Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Akka, may we meet again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandæmonium. Please make haste. I repeat. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. And now we come to this. It survived. Yes, the heart of Sabik. The tie that bound Athena's memories to my body. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. It appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as Orosite yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. I shall take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire Star, I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been made
Hephaestus?
bare, as has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandæmonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel. You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandæmonium are clear, all else is hazy at best. Perhaps Athena made me this way, or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures. scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandæmonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other. How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
you just get a new body? What is happening at the end there? Is that his rebirth? Welcome back, Akka. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, 'tis a gift I could never hope to repay. As Laha Brea said, I am not Erichthonius, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I am ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you fare well. Alright. And thus, Pandæmonium is concluded, obviously. Obviously, there's the extremes to grab. Or savages. The more I try to make sense of what happened, the more my mind ties itself in knots. It will take weeks, or dare I say months, to navigate this maze of questions. I may have to suggest that Professor Claudia hire more assistants. Akka, may I have a moment of your time? I would very much like to hear of the battles you fought within the Pandæmonium that appeared in our age. While I was fortunate enough to witness most events with my own eyes, I was not there to write down a blow-by-blow account. Your testimony would be a welcome and flavorful addition to my records. To think your foes would be even more fantastic than the ones you faced in the past. Truly, not even my wildest imaginings could come close to what reality gave us. I am particularly fascinated by Athena, and cannot help but wonder what she would have become if left to her devices. We were terribly close to finding out, and doubtless it would have been one of the last revelations of our lives. But she may not have gone so far for naught for the aura sight, which magnified her desires to an almost incomprehensible degree. Just how it could have influenced one so is a matter well beyond the ken of modern scholarship. I believe you saw how twisted those under its sway can become when you face the Lucavi. Just what designs did Ultima, the High Seraph, have in bestowing the gift of Orisight to those poor souls? If Athena had achieved her dream of godhood, she may have very well have been able to bend even Orisight to her will, and soon the world would have followed suit. What a chilling end to my story, and a fascinating theory to add to my report, of course. I must scour our documents for any supporting evidence. Ah, now I understand why you sent Rusino to fetch any scrap containing even a hint of crystalline machinations. Professor Claudian, I had noticed that important tasks were being left neglected, and when I inquired as to the reason, poor Rusino explained that he could barely keep up with your requests. Something must be done about this new obsession of yours. You must pursue it until you find the answers you seek. I believe you are on your way to a discovery that shall make you the envy of your peers, myself included. We often find breakthroughs only after shattering the rules of conventional research. I shall tend to Rusino's tasks, but you must promise me that your report will be a thing of wonder. Of course, Professor. You have my word. I shall give every scenario a fair shake. Where evidence is lacking, imagination shall fill the gaps. I shall blend the lines between fantasy and science so skillfully that you will doubt if they were ever there at all. I would no less expect from one of my assistants. Before you put pen to parchment, I would be honored if you shared some of your idle musings with me. I will, Professor, I will. If you have any interest, Akka, and I know you do, stop by any time and I will share with you my most recent theories. There you go. The extremes have been unlocked. Alrighty. Now we are fully wrapped up with all that jazz. I will have to test out those savages another day, although I have a lot of savages I still want to do. I am not going to do the level 91 quest tonight. However, I will do them sometime later this week. I think I'm going to give myself a chance to edit or start editing the old Endwalker streams. I never got around to editing. And give myself a day or two of practice. So I might not play until Thursday, potentially, but we'll have to see. So, I bid you all a good night, and thank you so much for watching. Whether you are on Twitch watching the VOD, on YouTube watching the VOD, or on YouTube watching the edited video, I thank you so much for your time. And I just ask that you guys have a blessed day, and that you are able to find Jesus in any moment that you're having to deal with strife, and praise at any moment that you have something joyful happening. So grace and peace be with you in that regard. And I will see you all in the next stream.